Guruji,
तिरुमला स्वामी
प्रिय प्रिय शिष्य राधा रोहिणी माता जी भी आ गया।
क्या बोल रहे हैं? ये देश में गिना इंदु काल गिना जहां भी जाइए वही लोग मादरी तो नहीं वही लोग हमारे एटर्नल स्टूडेंट्स हो गए ये सब। ठीक है, आपका रामकृष्ण प्रभु भी आ गए तिरुमला गोविंद प्रभु, राधा रोहिणी माता जी, रामचरण प्रभु
Dandat Pranam Suji.
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
Eternally we want to be your students only.
Oh my God.
We want each and every bit of information from you, Prabhu.
So
Venugopal
Tirumala,
Prabhu's association is really so purifying.
Prabhu, no Prabhu, your blessings, all of your blessings. So I am getting opportunity to teach. It's really, it's a blessing from all of you.
It is our great fortune that Prabhu, you are doing so much thing for us.
Yeah. So nice, Prabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Why Tirumala, you are disturbing me? Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. So for today's Vedanta Sutra discussion, the last class we were discussing about Acharya. So the Srila Baldev Bhushan, so he was the commentator on these Vedanta Sutras. Based upon his commentary, we are going to understand the Vedanta Sutras. Okay, why we have to? What is the need of compiling Vedanta Sutras? Why Vasudev compiled these Vedanta Sutras? Can anyone say the answer for this? Vedanta Sutras are meant for what?
Summarizing the Upanishads.
Yes, it is these sutras are going to help us to understand the Upanishads and the subject matter of Upanishads in detail. And all these are sutras are the formulas, and by using these formulas, so we can solve the problems or conflicts whatever are coming in Upanishads to understand the finalizing the meaning. This is a point. You're understanding? So if you find any difficulty in finding the conclusion, of any text or subject matter in Upanishad, maybe if you take some passage in Upanishad and you are trying to understand the meaning of that passage, then you may get so many doubts. That means doubts means how to decide the meaning. Then you need some rules and regulations, some nyaya, some truth, some rules and regulations. Those rules and regulations are nothing but what? Those are Vedanta Sutras. That means Vedanta Sutras will help us to understand the Upanishads in detail. Yes, Ramchandra.
Yeah, Prabhu, like I always have like this question is like Upanishads are very wide, Vedanta Sutras are small. So is
Yeah.
Vedanta Sutra giving information what is not there in the Upanishad, or is giving information which is already in the Upanishad but in a short form, and then it leave us to basically our own, like because different schools have like different interpretation on the sutras. So is it like, because I think the Upanishads are basically in condensed form in the sutras?
Yeah, it is. It can be understood like this. Upanishad, Vedanta Sutras are nothing but the kind of rules and regulations or nyaya. That means in Vedanta Sutras, where there are so many adhikaranas. That means group of sutras are known as adhikarana, and a number of set of adhikaranas are known as pada, and a number of padas becoming the adhyaya, and all adhyayas together is known as that Vedanta philosophy. So here this group of sutras together known as adhikarana, that adhikarana is establishing some fact and figures about the Brahman, absolute truth. So by this fact and figures, adhikarana is establishing some fact about the Brahman, and by this fact, by this understanding, if you study Upanishads, you can understand Upanishads very nicely.
Okay, so this is so it is those facts about Brahman is not clear in Upanishads, like, so that's why they are being put it here like that.
There is a chance to misunderstand the Upanishad text. To guide you in a right way, these facts about the Brahman are necessary.
Okay.
This is a point.
And what is like why it's being in sutra form? Like generally, like we have verses, but other places we have seen the Vedic text, either there is a verse or there is a like chanda or like this way. But why is it this in sutra form? Like what exactly from grammar perspective, sutra means what exactly it contains?
Alpaksharam asandigdam saravad vishwatomukam astobham anavadyam cha sutram sutravido viduhu. So sutra means which is having the very condensed form. That means which is having the very minimal letters. Alpaksharam. Sutra means it is having the 6 kinds of the characteristics. First of all, it is having a minimal number of letters. Alpaksharam. Asandigdam. One more attribute of sutra means it is very clear. There is no ambiguity in that. Saravat. It is essence. It is containing the essence. Sutra contains essence. Vishwato Mukam. It covers all the aspects. And Anavadyam. It is not broken. That means it is unbroken one. Unbroken one means not containing properly information. No, it is unbroken. And final one is final one is I will tell later. Final one. These are the 6 characteristics of the sutra actually.
You're referring as Sutram Sutra Vibho or something of that kind?
Yes, bro. Sutram Sutra Vido Viduhu. Is there anywhere there? These are the 6 characteristics. Alpaksharam, asandigdam, saravat, vishwatomukam, asthobam, anavadyam. Okay. So why it is written in the sutras, sutra form, Vedanta, philosophy is written in the sutras? Because sutras are generally very easy to memorize. And also it is easy to memorize. You can easily contain the total aspects of the Brahman in very shorter form. 560 sutras and simple sutras like Atha Brahma Jignasa, Janmadhyasya Yataha. Simple sutras, these. Very short actually. So that's why sutra form is also very helpful in memorizing and also containing everything. It's author, he may present his things either in the form of the padya, that is the poetry, or otherwise in the form of sutras. It's his own wish, but as they presented in the form of sutras, this Vedanta philosophy. Even other acharyas also, Jaimini also is having sutra form. Kanada is also having sutras. All these philosophers, they presented everything in the form of sutras. This
One more question, like.
yes, sir.
So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was discussing, or when Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, he was explaining, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the end of later when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that sutras are these are already have very clear meaning, but what meaning that Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya was giving is covering the real meaning. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that he's already cleared the meaning, so they are self-explanatory like that, like the way he's what Chaitanya was saying that just by reading you can understand, or they need interpretation on that.
It is containing Vishwatomukam, it is containing everything, but because it is in a condensed form, in a shorter form, so that's why we need explanation. Yeah, the main Acharya is Vyasdev. He wrote in a condensed form, and after writing sutras, he generally sometimes, that same Acharya is also sometimes writes the commentary on that, or otherwise his disciple or his disciple's disciple, someone will write. Because sutra, after compiling sutra, that Acharya will teach to his student also those sutras. And the student will be hearing that, and he will be understanding the explanation given by that Acharya, Guru, and student sometimes writes. And sometimes after that, another student will come, another disciple, grand disciple, he will be writing commentary on the disciple's commentary also. So like that, it keep on being expanded actually. Like you see in the Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is also very condensed form. The whole information is in a very compressed form, condensed form. So then that is revealed by the Sridhar Swami by giving the commentary on that. Then after that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur came and he gave commentary on that commentary. So like that, then after that, Prabhupada came and he gave commentary, purports on based upon the previous these acharyas, whatever they spoke, the same thing. So in the relevance of the present context, adding something, so he gave commentary once again. So, and Prabhupada also expected his disciples should give commentary on his purports. So he also told some time before. So like this. So those are all self-explanatory, means, yes, they are all self-explanatory, but the compiler himself, sutra compiler himself, so what he wants to convey based upon this sutra, he himself explains to his disciples. And generally for the sake of benefit of the public, they will be writing the commentary on that. So like that, Baldev Jabushan wrote commentary for us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciples, all Shat Goswamis, they didn't write because they felt that Srimad Bhagavatam, Vasudev compiled the sutras, and after compiling the Vedanta sutras, so Vasudev was not happy. So, and he was lamenting, and Narada suggested him. Narada told to him, so to write the Srimad Bhagavatam in Samadhi. Then he wrote the, he compiled this. He compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, so that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is later written after Vedanta Sutras. It will be considered as the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, like this. Okay, we'll go further. John, today we'll start the introductory note given by Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. I'll be sharing my screen. Also, I shared the files at Vasu's file. You can open and see that Vasu's file. English translation you can find there, and I will be explaining from the Sanskrit.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Pranam Prabhu, yes.
This author Vasu,
Yeah.
is there any brief description about his background, Prabhu?
His English translation he did, and it is just a reference book. It's not a textbook, but reference we just use, so that some help we can, whatever I will be explaining, almost all, if any problem is there in English, any editing, so they will know, I will make a note so that you can understand and you can change it. Otherwise, it is something is helpful for the students. So this I am directly reading, like you see my cursor is moving in the screen. I'll be directly studying and explaining, so you can see the same thing, explanation in the Vasu file also.
Okay, but if he is from any authentic school, then it will be helpful. Or is just a simply English translator?
English
is the
translation.
essence then?
Yeah, English translation. Only for that sake we are taking, and nothing much from that actually. Not his teachings or anything. Only just for the as it is translation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prabhu, Venugopal,
Yes.
this is the same version that this is the Hindi version, but we have also the file in English, correct? It's the same.
This file, Prabhu, you are saying? Which
Yeah.
one?
So this is one file, but I have another from Vasu that is in English. This is the translation from the same book.
No, English file is there. English file I shared with everyone. This is Hindi by the Shamdas. This is I need the Moola actually. I need Moola. So for Moola.
Okay, so we are.
Personally, everyone is opening on their screen Vasu's translation.
Okay.
And I will be showing the Sanskrit text and translating that into English. And for your reference, you can keep the Vasu's translation with you.
Okay, I understand.
like that. Yeah. So here, this is the first, that means you can see this is Govinda Bhashya starts first Pradhamodhyayaha, Prathama Padaha. So first, all of you know how many adhyayas are there? 4 adhyayas, 4 chapters are there in this Vedanta Sutras. And in these 4 adhyayas, each adhyaya is having 4 padas, and each pada is having the several adhikarnas, and each adhikarana is having several sutras. So, okay. So now we are entering into the first Prathamodhyayaha. So in that Prathamodhyayaha, Prathamaha Padaha, first pada. So Om Namah Purna Pramitaye Sri Govindaya. So here, from here, this is Baldev Vidyabhushan only wrote. His Govinda Bhashya starts like this. Satyam Gnanamanantam Brahma Shivadi Stutam Bhajatrupam Govindam Tam Achintyam Hetum Adosham Namasyamaha Sutranshu Bistamansi Vidasya Vastu Niyah Parikshayate Sa Jayati Satyavateyo Hariranurutto Nata Preshtaha. So here, Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan is offering his obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now if you open your Vasu's file, you'll be seeing there in the Vasu's file English translation. We bow with the reverence to the blessed Govinda, the faultless, the inconceivable, the causeless of all, the true, the self-luminous, and the infinity, the Brahman, praised by the Shiva and others, who is worshipped in manifold forms by his devotees. This is the English translation given by the Basu. Everyone is open to see, or able to see, open and able to see that. So,
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah. 1 second. I forgot. 1 second. Actually, I forgot to share the link to one devotee. Yeah. And second sloka's translation, Vyasdev, the son of Satyavati, is the verily Hari, is ever victorious, all pervading, and loved by his devotees. He, by the rays of his Vedanta Sutras, has dispelled the darkness of ignorance and revealed the truth of things. These are the two slokas. Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma Sivadi Stutam Vajad Rupam. Namasyamaha. Here what? You may try to learn the little Sanskrit also here. So, because Sanskrit just a little focus if you give, it will be helpful, because in the sutras, you need to break the little bit. Of course, if you get this, it will be nice. Otherwise, also I can explain. Yeah, some students also interested in learning this kind of little bit Anvaya. So that's why I'm just, even if you don't get, but if you get meaning, that is fine. Namasyamaha, that means we all pay obeisances. That is the meaning of Namasyamaha. So who is saying? Baldev Devbhushan is saying to whom? Whom we will be paying obeisances? What is the object? That is Govinda. That is Govinda. That means to Govinda Dev. By the blessings of the Govinda Dev only, Baldev Devbhushan is writing this book. You all know that story. In the last week we discussed. Govinda Dev gave the in dream the permission to Baldev Devbhushan blessings, so that he dared to write this commentary within these 3 commentaries within 3 months. So commentary on the Govinda Bhashya and also commentary on the Vedanta Sutras, commentary on the Vedanta Sutras and the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. So, Namasyamaha, whom we will pay obeisances? It is a Kriya, Namasyamaha, we pay all obeisances. On whom? To whom? Unto whom? Govindam, that is Govinda. And that Govinda is Satyam, he is eternal. Jnanam is knowledge. And Anantam, he is infinite. And also he is Brahma. That means Brahman. Brahma means not Chaturmukha Brahma, Brahman. Sivadi Stutam, he is glorified by the Shiva and others. Bhajadrupam, his form is worshipable form, he is having. Achintyam, he is inconceivable. Hetum, he is a cause. Adosham, he is completely free from defects. These are the various Visheshanas, attributes or Visheshanas of the Govinda. And to that Govinda, Tam, that means to that Govinda, Namasyamaha. We all pay obeisances. Okay, next. Sutranshabhihi tamansi vedasya vastuni yaha parikshayate sa jaiti satyavateyaha harihi anuvruttaha natapreshtaha. So here Satyavateyaha. So Satyavati's son is known as Satyavateyaha. Satyavati. Who is Satyavati? All of you know. She is a Shantanu's Sajala Matsya Kanya. So Shantanu's wife. And by the association of the, by blessings of the Parasar, Satyavati gave birth to Vyasdev. And that's why Vyasdev is also known as Satyavateyaha. And what is this Vyasdev? Yaha parikshayate. Parikshayate. Shayate means destroys. What he destroys? Tamansi, the darkness. By what? Sutra Anshubhihi. Anshu means rays. Sutra means, these sutras so are like rays, like sun rays. What it does, what they do, they dispel the darkness. So similarly, these sutras are like rays, and they are dispelling the ignorance. When you study these sutras, those will be dispelling the ignorance about the absolute personality, supreme personality of Godhead. Because if you see previously 5 acharyas, they gave the philosophy based upon their thought. And those, so darshanas, there is Sankhya, so Yoga, Purvamimamsa, Vaisheshika, and Nyaya. By all these, so they gave some philosophy, but they are not glorifying Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead. They are not establishing the Brahman as absolute truth, supreme truth. Krishna as supreme truth. So that's why Krishna Dvaipayan Vasudev wrote these sutras. These sutras are like rays. So he is dispelling the ignorance. Tamansi vidasya vastun yaha parikshayate. So he is, what he is doing, Vasudev, by using these sutras, he is dispelling the ignorance and clearly establishing, showing the reality, real thing. When ignorance is gone, then what will happen? You will be seeing the objects clearly. Vastuni means here objects. So that's why these sutras are dispelling the ignorance, and so that we can see the absolute truth. So by studying these sutras, what is going to happen? Your ignorance about the absolute truth, which is about the absolute truth, is going out, and you can see the absolute truth. And also vastuni means who is jiva, what is jiva, what is karma, what is prakriti, what is ishvara. All these are vastus. Those things you can understand very clearly. And what is avideya, what is bhakti, what is sambandha, avideya, prayojana, everything. All these are all vastus. So those things you'll be understanding, you're seeing clearly. So that's right. So that Vasudev Sahajayati, that Vasudev, so should be glorious. Okay, so this is the beginning of it's like a it's like a Mangalacharanam sloka for this Vedanta Sutras. I don't see it as a Mangalacharanam, and just he started with this. Anything started with the Mangalacharanam only, so that I can consider this as a Mangalacharanam for this Govinda Bhashya. So then in this book, actually, our Shyamdas Prabhu gave this Hindi translation, and then after that, so he gives his, this is the translation actually. This is a translation, and then after that, he gives his own commentary. This book also you can just follow sometimes if you know Hindi. I didn't send this book because in the form of photos. Yesterday only I came here. So I will take someone's help to make it a PDF and then see the size of file, then I can share. So then, yeah, Shyamdas Kruta Govinda Krupanuga Tika. Shyamdas Prabhu, he was previously Vaishnava in Vrindavan. And he gave the Hindi, his own commentary. This is his own commentary. And before this is Anuvada actually. Anuvada means this is translation. It is Hindi translation. And same thing you can see in the our Vasus. Vasu's file, if you open, I'm just showing once again. So in this Vasu's file, these black dark letters, this is the translation of the two slokas. Then it is also translation of the next text actually. Okay, we'll continue now. The next, that means after that, what our Acharya is saying, that we'll see now. So see here, this is the Mula written by Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan. Today we'll be seeing this initial words given by the Baldev Vidyabhushan. Then tomorrow we'll start the first Adhikarana. In that Adhikarana, first what will be? So that Adhikarana is having some Vishaya, then after that Samshaya, then after that Purva Paksha, then after that Uttara Paksha, then after that, so finally, so Siddhanta, that, so conclusion, Nigamanam otherwise. So that we will discuss tomorrow that. And before going to study the first Adhikarana. That is the first Adhikarana's name is Brahma Jijnasa Adhikaranam. Brahma Jijnasa Adhikaranam. Before going to see that, so before going to start that first Adhikaranam, Baldev Vidyabhushan wrote. So Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan wrote this text actually. So what is being discussed in this commentary, in this Vedanta Sutras commentary? So about those things, about fundamental things, what vastus he said in the Mangalacharanam. So Vasudev is dispelling the ignorance by using the sutras, and he is making us to see the objects clearly. So what are those objects? What are those objects? So we have to see about that objects. He wrote in a brief. So Baldev Vidyabhushan wrote in brief about those objects. Those we'll be seeing now in this format. Sidvapare Vedeshu Samutsanneshu Sankirna Pragnehi Brahmadibihi Abhyartitah Bhagavan Purushottama Krishna Dvaipayana Hasantan Udritya Viva Bhaja. You can see also your file, same English almost all is correct only. It's not so much corrections are not there. So during the Dwapara age, when the Vedas were forgotten from Vishnu, the Supreme Person, being invited by Brahma and other limited intelligences, incarnated himself in the form of Krishna Dvaipayana. He restored the Vedas and divided them into 4 parts and composed the Brahma Sutras in 4 books to explain the Vedas. It is so written in the Skanda Purana. This is the English translation. This is the English translation of this Sanskrit. So what happened? At the ending of Dwapara, almost all Vedas, so they started disappearing. Samutsanneshu. So then what happened at the time? All these devatas went to, along with Brahmaji, to the Lord, and they requested to the Lord. So because if Vedas are not there in the society, if they are not systematically organized, because what happened, as Dwapara is keep on, that means coming to its ending stage, and that means there is advancement in the Kali Yuga. It's almost all Kali Yuga is about to start, and Dwapara is about to end. Then you'll be seeing some kind of little symptoms of Kali Yuga in the people. So what are the symptoms of the Kali Yuga people? Mandaha Samanda Matayo Manda Bhagya. Mandaha, dull-minded. We are all dull-minded. Our ability of remembering is very less. Our intelligence power is also very less. So because of this, so retaining all the Vedas by one person became very difficult. Previously, all the Vedas, 4 Vedas, total Veda is in the form of, so Yajurveda. Initially, total all 4 Vedas are as one Veda, as one Veda. That is that Veda, Yajurveda. And that Yajurveda is divided actually. By whom? By Vasudev. So that's why Vasudev, by seeing the inability of people to retain total Veda together, so then what we should do? These Vedas has to be appropriately divided. Who can divide Vedas? Whoever knowing Vedas very perfectly, that person only can divide. Otherwise, hodgepodge one will be doing. Who doesn't have proper understanding, he cannot divide. He cannot divide. So that's why in the ending of the Dwapara Yuga, Dwapare Vedeshu Samussanneshu. At the ending of the Dwapara, Vedas are not being practiced by the people because of their inability of remembering everything. So then there is a need now in the society to divide these Vedas and make the small parts and give to the responsibility to the different people. Then they will hold that. So that in the society that knowledge is retained, then society will be functioning based upon the Vedic knowledge. Society should function based upon Vedic knowledge. If Vedas are not there, then fully ignorance. Then society is completely will be misguided. So that's why Devatas all they went, because if Vedas are not there, there is no karma, there is no gnana, nothing. Karma and gnana, all the different fruitive activities also described in the Vedas, and all the knowledge, Vedas, this absolute knowledge is also described in the Vedas. If that is not there, then how society will function? How? And nobody will be offering any oblations, and these Devatas also will be hungry. So that's why. So these all demigods along with the Brahmaji, Brahmadibihi Abhyarditaha. So it means along with Brahmaji, so they went to Vishnu and they requested Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan Purushottamaha. So then, so then what? Sankirna Praya Abhyarditaha. That means Lord is requested by Brahma and others. Then what happened? Krishna Dvaipayanaha, in the form of Krishna Dvaipayan. San Tan Udrutya Vivaja. Then, so he collected entire all the, that means complete Veda. Initially, Veda is one only. Everything is in the one Veda. That is known as Yajur Veda. Then he collected everything. Then he systematically divided. Okay. Tadartha tadartha निर्णेत्रिं च चतुर्लक्षणीं ब्रह्ममीमांसाम् आविश्चकार इत्यस्ति कथा स्कान्दी. Okay, he divided Vedas, but one person is not able to remember. And how one person can come to a conclusion of this? What is the conclusion of this total Veda? So that's why Lord Vasudev felt it is my duty to give the conclusion of all the Vedas. So that's why for giving the conclusion of all the Vedas, for giving the conclusions of all these Vedas, 4 Vedas, he divided already into 4. The conclusions of those 4, to give the conclusions of those 4, he compiled. Avischakara means he compiled. What he compiled? Brahmamimamsa. Brahmamimamsa. Vedanta sutras are also known as Brahmamimamsa. Mimamsa means so scrutinizingly discussing. About what? Brahman. So that means Vedanta sutras are discussing about the Brahman very scrutinizingly and establishing the facts. And also you can call another name. You can call this Vedanta sutras with another name, Chaturlakshani. Chaturlakshani. Chaturlakshani means this Vedanta sutras are having the 4 adhyayas, are going to discuss mainly 4 topics about the, each adhyaya is going to discuss one topic about the absolute. What are those 4 topics? We'll be discussing very soon. It is coming. Okay, that's why another name in the same passage it is going to come. So that's why I'm not mentioning here. So, but you should understand, Vedanta sutras are also known as Chaturlakshani. Chatur means four. Lakshana means characteristics. That means the one which is having the four characteristics. That means Vedanta Sutras are discussing about the Brahman in particularly four topics about the Brahman. Vedanta Sutras are discussing four topics about the Brahman. So that's why Vedanta Sutras are also known as Chatur Lakshani. Okay? You remember this point. Because all the Vedas are concluding in the Brahman. So that's why Brahman is the meaning of all the Vedas, and that Brahman is discussed, that Brahman is only established by using these Vedanta Sutras. So that's why Vedanta Sutras are giving the meaning of all the Vedas. What is the meaning of all the Vedas? Brahman. And that means Vedanta Sutras are discussing about the Brahman. That's why Vedanta Sutras are also known as Brahma Mimamsa. Simple. You should understand like that. Brahma Mimamsa. And also, it is also Vedanta Sutras are also known as Chatur Lakshani. Chatur Lakshani, because it is discussing four topics about the Brahman. So next. Like this, Baldev Jabushan writing, na? So he is saying that this is the story from Skanda Purana. So Katha Skandi means this, that means Vasdev, this whatever information we came to know, this is written in where? It is written in the Skanda Purana. Skandi. So that's why Baldev Jabushan is referring Skanda Purana and understood this story, and he is saying that's why it is Skanda Purana story. Vedeshu kalu karmano nikila pumartha hetutvam vishnostu karmagatatvam swargadehe karmafalasya nityatvam jivasya prakrutascha swatah kartrutvam parichinnasya pratibimbasya bhrantasya va brahmanah eva jivatvam chinmatra brahmatmakatva dimatrad eva asya jivasya samsriti vinivrittir iti apatatah arthaha durmativihi pratiyante. There are so many misconceptions about the absolute truth. Now also are there, and previously also was there. Tan iman purva pakshan vidhaya parasya vishno yah swatantriya sarva kartritva sarvajnaya pumardatvadi dharmakam vijnana swarupam nirupyate. So these Vedanta Sutras, what they are doing? They are dispelling the ignorance. These sutras are nothing but rays. They are dispelling the ignorance about the absolute truth. Absolute truth is Brahman. And many realities are not properly known by the society. And at that time also, you see, ignorance is also there eternally, and knowledge is also there eternally. Whatever Advaita philosophy we see, Shankaracharya is saying, this Shankaracharya's philosophy is only started by Shankaracharya. That means not accepting Krishna's form, only accepting Brahman, and that is also, and this material world is Maya, Mithya, is out of Maya and it is Mithya. And these kind of concepts, what is are just started by only Shankaracharya, and before were not there, before Shankaracharya. Is it like that? No. Ignorance is there. This kind of misconceptions about the absolute truth, eternally, beginningless, anadikala. But someone is coming and just propagating those ideas. And very prominently he is preaching and influencing the society. Then it appears very clearly. But otherwise, ignorance is also is there from the beginningless. So at the time of Vasudev, also there are so much ignorance in the society. So what kind of ignorance? So if some acharya is writing something, means at that time some problem is there in the society, or otherwise future it is going to come. So for that sake only they will write. Books are written to help the society, to bring people into the light, to dispel their ignorance. So what kind of ignorance was there at the time of Vasudev? And why he compiled those sutras? He compiled definitely to make you understand the conclusions of the Vedas. About that is nothing but Brahman. But also there are so much misunderstanding. And those misunderstanding and those thoughts, he is refuting. He is going to refute those. Those we will be seeing now. So here you see, at the time of Vasudev also, people were misunderstanding about the fact and thinking that Vedeshu kalo karmanah nikila pumartha hetutvam. They were thinking that at that time, karma means doing some righteous activity. And that is the ultimate benefit for the, and that is the cause for the ultimate benefit. Karma is the cause for ultimate benefit. That kind of understanding was there in that society. That means all our Brahmanas, Brahmanical dominated, Karmakandi dominated society. These Karmakandis, they are conducting big sacrifices, and people used to get the results, and society is prosperous like that, and happy with those material results, and fully forgot about the bhakti and about the Krishna, worshipping Krishna. So that means a refutation of karma. You are going to see in this Vedanta Sutras a refutation of karma and establishment of bhakti. Vishnostu karmangatvam. Also people used to think Vishnu. So Vishnu is also part of the karma. That means karma means what? Yajna. So see, karma, dharma, or yajna. These three are the synonyms. So karma are the yajna. In yajna actually various demigods get oblations. They get oblations. Various oblations are offered to demigods by this Yajamani, by the performer. So they offer obeisances to oblations to Vishnu also. Along with all the demigods, Vishnu is also given oblations. So from this, they used to understand Vishnu is also just a normal demigod who is dependent on oblations given by this yajna. And like that, they misunderstood the position of the Vishnu. You understand? this misunderstood the position of the Vishnu, and this kind of misconception is there. So now we are going to see in these sutras, this misconception is refuted. Vishnu is part of karma. Worshipping Vishnu is also part of karma. So that is refuted. And next, so one more point. What one more misconception is Swargadehe karma phalasya nityatvam. Swargadi. So people were thinking that heavenly pleasure is only the eternal pleasure. That is the result of the karma, and that's why, see, the result of the karma is heavenly planets, and they thought that karma is ultimate, is a benefit for the humanity, ultimate beneficial thing for the humanity. That is the thought, and that's why everywhere society keep on doing this lot of yajnas and satisfying the demigods, and all this whole society is meant for performing the yajna. But Prabhupada says this Kali Yuga, so Sankirtana Yajna is only the ultimate. One second, Prabhu. So they were thinking that karma, result of the karma is that is Swarga is eternal pleasure. That is one more misconception. Yes, Ramcharan Prabhu.
So Prabhu, like this is at the end of Dwapara Yuga when the dharma was is declined because things were basically disappeared. Like people were not really understanding the true meaning of Vedas. That's the reason? That's why like basically people were getting misconception.
Yes, they misunderstood the. See, karma is not there to promote the material results. Karma is there just to offer the, that means to engage people in worshipping the Vishnu. Karma is meant for what? Is meant for the satisfying the Vishnu. That's why Atah Pumbi Didishreshta Varnashram Vibhagashaha Swanishtitasa Dharmasa Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So Varna Ashrama. So this Varna, so Varna Ashrama and their duties are meant for what? That is nothing but karma. Is meant for Haritoshana. For pleasing the Hari, this karma is there. Ultimately, karma is meant for pleasing Hari, so that what will happen? Katha Ruchi. One will be getting the taste for the Vishnu. Vishnu stories. If you work for someone, then automatically you will be liking to hear about him. You will be desiring to hear about him. Ultimately, so that one will come to the Sakshat Bhakti. Yes, that is the goal. But in the Karma Kanda, you will be seeing these so many intermediate results, material gains of this karma. Hey, if you do this karma, you will get this result. So why that result is Falasruti? That result is mentioned. So, but ultimate purpose of the Karma Kanda section is what? Do karma and offer to the Lord, so that one will be getting the taste for the Krishna Katha and do the direct devotion for him. Then going back to the Godhead. This is the ultimate purpose of the Karma Kanda. But this didn't. But why then Karma Kanda should show these results, material results? If you do karma, then you'll go to the Swarga. If you do this karma, you'll get the children, you'll get nice children, this, that. Why? Huh? Why those are given? Shown. Directly it could have said, do this karma for the satisfaction Vishnu. That much only could have spoken directly. Huh? Instead of that, in between, if you do this, you'll get this. Why this is said?
Cover even the people who are in more of passion and ignorance.
To can come again. Can you come again?
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji. To come again, come again in the sense is, your question was?
Can you repeat? Can you repeat it? What you said?
Yes, Prabhuji, to even cover the people who are in the mode of passion and ignorance. I mean, to cover all people in all sorts of three material modes.
Cover means what it mean?
So basically attracting the people in mode of ignorance by Falashruti, and then
Yeah.
ultimately like developing, helping them in upgrading their consciousness.
So actually karma is meant for what? Karma is meant for offering to the Vishnu.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the goal. That is the medicine for the Jivatma. Karmarpanam should be done for the Vishnu, so that our existence will be purified. We'll be getting the taste for the Krishna Katha. Where it is said, by offering karma, we'll be getting the Krishna Katha, taste for Krishna Katha. How can you say this? Ram Krishna, tell me. By offering, yeah.
Yeah, by offering the fruits of our efforts or the results to Lord Vishnu, first of all, our existence becomes purified, and therefore our consciousness also becomes purified. And this
We'll
paves
this where is the reference? What sloka?
Vasudeva Katha Ruchihi. So
Swanishtitasya dharmasya samsiddhir. Sorry, Swanishtitasya. What is that? Swanishta. That is
it says this sloka says Vasudeva Katha Ruchihi is
that means dharma. What is that? Dharma. Swanishta.
no.
Dharma Swanishtidah Pumsam Vishwaksena Katasya. Notpadayeti yadi. This is Dharma Swanishtidah Pumsam Vishwaksena Katasu Yaha Notpadayet. That means ultimately dharma. Dharma means karma. Should be done for whom? Should be done for Vishnu. And then what? It should produce the Vishwakshena Kathasu Yaha Notpadayet Yadi Ratim. That means it should be meant for Rati. It is meant for developing. Rati means taste. Taste in Krishna Katha. Then one will start doing this Shravanam Kirtanam. Japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is the connection actually. So that is the ultimate purpose of the Karma Kanda also. But if this is the ultimate purpose, but in the society, why then Karma Kanda has to glorify some material results? If you do this karma, you'll get this. This is just for the allurement. So like a child, if you ask a child to take the medicine, so that means offering karma to the Lord is like a medicine. Offering karma to the Lord is like a medicine, but nobody will be doing. Hey, why I have to accept Vishnu and I should do for him? Never will accept. Then what? Then if you don't show something, hey, if you do this karma, you'll get this result. Then people will start out of that allurement, out of the attraction to that allurement. So they will start doing karma. Otherwise, what will happen? If you don't show that allurement, they will not do any karma. And then they will become vikarmis, sinful people. Then it's very dangerous for the society. Now what is happening? That is a sinful life is they are leading. Because now there is no Vedic knowledge in the society. At least one should act on the Vedic injunctions. Otherwise, they will create the big industries and a lot of pollution and destroy the nature and completely exploiting the other living entities, their existence, and completely spoiling all the resources given by the Lord to everyone, not for the human beings. Yes, then the sin will increase. At least now we should bring them back to human society has to be follow the Vedic lifestyle. So they has to do the activities as prescribed by the Vedas. Then that is human civilization. Human civilization begins with the Varnashram. Okay. So now, then they should do that activities for the pleasure of the Hari. Then what will happen? They will develop the taste for the Krishna Katha, and then so they will realize bhakti is highest. Then one time they will leave that karma also, Gnana Karma Dhyanavrutam, and they will be doing purely devotion. So 24 hours trying to remember Krishna. This is Ananya Bhakti. They'll come to here. This is the target. Ultimately, they should come here, Ananya Bhakti. So now these results are given to them. So then out of these results, at least they do the righteous karma and they enjoy that result. But after a few, otherwise they will be completely will become sinful people. So now next step, what you should do? You should bring them to even one more step high. That is, hey, you are doing the righteous karma, but for your sense gratification you are doing. Don't do this for your sense gratification. Please offer that result to the Vishnu. Then that is the next level actually. Then after that, doing that, then he'll be getting the taste for the Krishna Katha. Then we say that, hey, don't follow this bodily level activities, karma, and try to do all the time directly devotion. Then that is higher, Ananya Bhakti. That means Gnana Karmadi Anavrita. Okay. This is the way society has to function. This is the, all this capitalism, thisism, thatism, all bogus. On this principle, society has to be conducted actually. And this is the our goal actually. Srila Prabhupada's mission, this is bringing to this stage, this kind of, all the leaders of the society has to accept this proposition. This is the preaching actually. Yes, Ramcharan.
So Prabhu, like in a Vedic like Yagyas, like when we say like in Yagyas we make oblations to different demigods and Lord Vishnu. So and that's create misconception, like you said, like we're discussing that like previously they were thinking like Vishnu as like one of the demigod.
They struck here. Yes, for 1 second. I want to add one more point. So since they saw this falasruti, that means material results from this karma. So there they struck actually. They started thinking that, oh, this material result only is the highest, and this is only the ultimate benefit. And they forgot to do that karma for the satisfaction of the Hari. They didn't come to that level. Next level they should come. So that's why Vedanta Sutras are coming, and Vasudev is saying, hey, karma is not the ultimate. That means getting the results of the karma is not the highest. Do this karma for the Lord, then it is known as Arop Siddha Bhakti. This is Arop Siddha. Yeah, Ramcharan, please.
So then like in ultimately like the because if the Lord Vishnu's oblations are included in Yajna, that is the only way that even Yajna become purified. Otherwise, like if they will just offering only to demigod, it will be like a completely material activity and would not make progress. So is it that purpose? That's why in Vedas that like even in performing Yajna for some demigod, they are offering for Lord Vishnu also included there, just to purify that.
Yeah. Why your point? Why they offer oblations to the Vishnu? Because Vishnu is a maintainer. They say Vishnu also as a one of the demigod who is doing this universal affairs. Like Indra is having one of the universal affairs, is controlling the rains. So like that, they also see Vishnu is also part of this creation and is having some kind of universal affair. And like other demigods. And he also should be given some portion, that's all. And anyway, but Vedas, why they keep the, of course, if they know that much glory of the Vishnu, which Vishnu is very special, and because of his name only, this whole Yajna is satisfied. So that kind of understanding they don't have. If they have that, then they are not karmis. If they accept the highest position of the Vishnu, then they are devotees. They may not be Ananya Bhaktas, but they are devotees. So they are not understanding the position of the Vishnu. They are treating him also as a part of the karma. Like others offering oblations to the other demigods is also part of the karma. He is also like that only. But the reality is Vishnu is only that. That means Sarva Yajnanam Aham Bhokta. He is saying, I am the enjoyer of all the yajnas. I am the supreme controller, supreme enjoyer. And because of me only everything is successful and purified. So that is a understanding of, that is a fact. And that is going to be established by these Vedanta Sutras.
Okay. Clear proof. Thank you.
So, we'll go like this. Slowly we are going, little bit speed will increase. Karma phalasya nityatvam jivasya prakrutescha satah kartritvam. Next word. What is another misconception? Jivasya prakrutescha satah kartritvam. They started thinking that Jiva and Prakriti both are independent. Satah kartritvam means independent doers. Jiva and Prakriti. That means these are all, who are these? These are the Sankhites. Sankhya philosophers skipped out the Ishvara concept. Like in the nowadays, we have so many ideologies. So now everyone is interested in the only in what? In the economical progress. Everyone wants money and how to increase the money. This is the agenda actually. How to, by bringing money, by distributing money to everyone, then everyone will be happy. This is the ideology actually, society ideology. So these are the different thoughts. All the time they prevail actually in the society very strongly. At that time, what kind of thought was there? This Prakriti, at least compared to present society, they are very much very higher in consciousness. They accept Prakriti, that is, and also Purusha. Jiva means Purusha, you should take. Prakriti and Purusha both are independent. There is no need of any Ishvara. And those only are cause for this entire creation. There is no need of Ishvara. This kind of ideology was also there. This is also refuted by Vasudev in his sutras. Next, Parichinnasya Pratibimbasya Brantasya va Brahmana va eva jivatvam. Brahmana eva jivatvam. So, one more another misconception is people thought that Jivatma is not having any special existence. Jivatma is not one separate entity. Jivatma is nothing but what? Is nothing but the reflection. This is Brahman. Reflection of Brahman is nothing but Jiva. Really nothing is there. Reflection is any substance that is no. Now you take a mirror and you see your face in the mirror. So whatever you are seeing in that mirror, that means that is it having any substance? Is it any? Can you make it as also one more object? No, it's not one more object. Object is face, and that is reflect. One second. So, what is the misconception? Actually, living entity is also having the separate existence. But here the misconception is what? There is no separate entity, living entity. But Brahman's reflection is nothing but Brahman's reflection is only the Jiva. Brahman's reflection is only the Jiva. This kind of misconception is there. That is defeated. Chinmatra Brahmatmakatva धीमात्राद् एव अस्य जीवस्य संस्कृति. चिन्मात्र धीमात्राद् एव जीवस्य संस्कृति विनिवृत्ति. And they also thought that this jiva, why this jiva is now in this material world? Because this jivatma is not knowing about the absolute truth. So absolute truth means how they defined at that time. Absolute truth means no form, no qualities, no attributes, nothing. Only it is Chidmatram, simply consciousness. Gnana matram. That means consciousness, not having any quality, no form, no color, no nothing. This is absolute truth. So like that, they have understanding about absolute truth, and one who is not having this understanding, that person is entangled to this material world, and whoever is knowing this much, they can get the liberation. Such a partial understanding they were having about the absolute truth. Absolute truth is having the beautiful face and beautiful form, and also so a lot of energies, many millions of energies are there, and he's always playing with that energies and relishing the highest bliss. All this conception was not there. This was missed in the society. So to dispel this ignorance, he wrote the sutras which are like the rays to dispel this. Next, tan iman purva pakshan vidhaya parasya vishnoh iha swatantriya sarva kartrutva sarvagnya pumardattvadi dharmaka vijnana swarupam nirupyate. So next, what he is going to do by using these sutras? He is refuting all those opponents' ideas. And finally, he is going to establish Vishnu, where Vishnu is fully independent. He is not karma, he is a part of the karma. He is fully independent personality of Godhead. And he is the cause for all the causes. He is the doer of all, everything. Sarva Kartrutva means he is the doer of everything. And Sarvagnya means he is knower of everything. And Purmartattvadi Dharmaka, that means he is the ultimate goal for every human being. Every human being what is the goal? Vishnu is the goal. And such a facts, he is Krishnadvaipayan, Vasudev is going to establish in this Vedanta Sutras. Okay, like that, our Baldev Jabhushan wrote. And next, Tathahi Ishvara Jiva Prakriti Kala Karmani Panchatatvani Suyante. So even further, Baldev Jabhushan. Now I have habit of speaking two names, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Rupa Goswami. Now I should add one more, Baldev Jabhushan. Generally, these three acharyas we always see. So Srila Baldev Jabhushan is also saying about these Vedanta Sutras. In Vedanta Sutras, you are going to hear 5 things. About 5 things we hear. What are those 5 things? Ishvaraha, that means Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jivaha, living entity. Prakriti is nature, Prakriti. Kalaha, time. Karmani, karma. These 5 tattvas 5 things. So that's why actually Baldev Vidyabhushan in Bhagavad Gita commentary also, he mentions these 5 tattvas. These 5 tattvas are discussed in the Vedanta Sutras. So that means in Vedanta Sutras, we hear about these 5 things. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. Why this classification is needed? Yes, this classification is very much needed. These 5 are 5 different things. Ishvara means Antaranga Shakti. He is having Swarupa due to Antaranga Shakti. Jiva is Tatas Shakti. Prakriti is Bahiranga Shakti. And Kala is what? Kala is the product of Prakriti? No. Kala is Gunavyatikaraha, which brings the changes in the gunas, in the modes. It is not under the Prakriti. It is not Jiva, or it is not. It is a kind of, is a form of the Lord only. But what is the Shakti of the Kala? Kala, Antaranga Shakti or Bahiranga or Tata Shakti, which Shakti? Kala Shakti. We see 3 Shaktis, na? Which Shakti? Kala is which Shakti? Tell me. Is Antaranga Shakti or Bahiranga Shakti? Tirumala Govind Prabhu. Kala is which Shakti?
Prabhu,
Kala is which Shakti?
Kala is Kala Shakti.
Is Bahiranga Shakti or not?
Bahiranga Shakti.
Kala is also material energy only. But it is not coming under Prakriti. Prakriti is also Bahiranga Shakti. So, Kala is not there in the spiritual world. Kala Shakti is not there in the spiritual world. Kala is not there in the Swarupa of the Lord. Kala is outside to the Swarupa of the Lord. So that's why Kala is external energy, outside. Okay. Karma is coming under the Prakriti? No, Karma is also not coming under the Prakriti. Karma is also Bahiranga, but it is destroyable. So like this, we have 5 elements, total 5. Teshu Vibhu Chaitanyam Ishvaraha Anu Chaitanyam tu Jivaha. Out of these 5, Ishvara is Vibhu Chaitanyam. That means yes, Rukmini.
Hi Krishna, Danu Prabhuji.
Pranam.
I didn't understand the karma because when Jiva doesn't have a association of the devotees, then he is under Prakriti. So is it not like his karma will be under Prakriti or influenced by Prakriti?
He is not under Prakriti, he is under the Maya. Prakriti is different. And Maya's one of the function is Prakriti.
Okay, yes, Prabhuji.
Maya is in charge of the, Maya Devi is in charge of the Bahiranga Shakti, complete Shakti. And in that Bahiranga Shakti, many components are there. Prakriti is one of the components.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, bro. So, Teshu Vibhu Chaitanyam Ishvaraha Anu Chaitanyam tu Jivaha. Among these, Ishvara is Vibhu Chaitanyam. Vibhu means all pervasive. We have 3 sizes. Very important technical terms is Vibhu, Anu, and Madhyama. How many we have sizes we have in this material world? In this whole creation, not in material world, whole creation, spiritual and material. 3 sizes. Vibhu means infinite. Anu means infinitely small. That means if you keep on dividing, like that, millions of years if you divide, and even if you not reach, that size is known as infinitely small. So dividing 1 with infinity, when it will be, what is the value there? If you take something and divide that with the infinity times, what is that? What is the value of
Infinity, Prabhuji.
1 by infinity?
It's also infinity.
It's called as infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal, this is. 1 by infinity is undefined. 0 by 0 is undefined. Infinitesimal. If you take something, 1 means 1 or something you took, and keep on dividing. If you take 4 and if you divide with the 2 times, you can divide them. Like that, if you take 1 and if you divide it to infinite times, then what will happen? So infinitely small. So that is Jivatma. So that means you cannot, that whatever kesagra satabhagasya satada kalpitasya we hear, that is a figurative expression of the size of Jivatma, not the exact. You cannot put Jivatma in any physical dimensions, because that is a spiritual object.
Yes.
Next, Ishwaraha. Anu Chaitanyam tu Jivaha. Anu means infinitely small, and in between whatever is there, that is known as Madhyama Parimana. 3 sizes, total 3 sizes. It's known as Madhyama Parimana. Okay, I will take another 2. Yes, bro, Ramcharan, 2 minutes and I will finish. Yes.
We see like when you saying Jiva is Anu, then we see that Lord is more enter to the heart of Jiva, like is more smaller than right Anu Aniyam, it's basically goes inside here.
Yes.
So then Anu is not the lowest, right?
Anu Raniyan, yes. He is, that is the very good question. So yeah, Anu itself is infinitely small, and he is lesser than the Anu. Anu Raniyan. So this means, very good question. So logical question. So that's is possible by the inconceivability. That's why we accept the word inconceivability. So he is entering into the Jivatma also. Otherwise, Jivatma will be not having any existence. Without Lord's presence, nothing will be having the existence. So if Jivatma itself is infinitely small and even he is lesser than. So that's why our brain, this brain which is coming from the Prakriti, this intelligence and mind, all are coming from the Prakriti, which has simply some energy of the Lord. That object cannot understand that, actually. Inconceivable.
So we take shelter of Achintya then.
Yes, that is Achintya. So now we have, but in general, 3 sizes. Yeah. Yeah, we can take questions now. Can take some questions now. Yeah. Others also.
Jivatma now, Paramatma, he was entering into Jivatma, or he is sitting near to the Jivatma?
Both. If you sitting near and if you say he is not there in the Jivatma, then Paramatma is not Vibhu. That means you are finding some place where Paramatma is not there. Then your question of
Paramatma is there
Vibhuitvam is
within
defeated.
Jivatma.
Then you cannot say Paramatma is not Vibhu.
No,
You cannot say that Paramatma is Vibhu. Yeah.
Paramatma is there within Jivatma through his energy, because Jivatma is the energy of the Paramatma only, na? Then you can't deny that.
And then there is, what is the need of the Vibhu there? Then you are saying that, so some object is there, like you take your body cell, some you have body, and that in skin. No, it's not like that. In this Brahmanda, there are infinite anus are there. In every anu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu is entering. In every anu. Then why not in the? That's why it's not that everything is his energy. In that way, he is all pervasive. No. He's personally entering.
Prabhu, in our Bhagavad Sandarbha, we discussed that the Vibhutvam. So, in the Vibhutvam means everything is included within Krishna. So, Jivatma already is there within Krishna.
Also, Lord is everything is in the Lord, and also Lord is separate from everything. So, it's not that Krishna is existing everywhere. Krishna is standing. That means when Narada Muni went to the Dwarika and he saw in every house Krishna is standing. So that means Krishna's form is there everywhere, in every point, here also in front of you. Here also is there. Is there everywhere. And that is the meaning actually. That means Krishna is Madhyama Akara. That means he is not Vibhu like that. He is all pervasive through the Brahman effulgence. He is Vibhu. Like that he is Vibhu? No. Personally he is Vibhu. Person means everywhere he is person. In the form of person is existing. How it is possible? Being Madhyama Akara, he is having middle size, medium Parimanam, and also he is all pervasive. He is existing everywhere. So that is Achintya.
Then, again, that Jivatma, it's very minute. We say that, but in Bhagavatam, in one sloka, it is said that Paramatma is Angushta Matrena.
Yes. Beside, he's sitting beside the Jivatma.
Then Paramatma is little bigger than Jivatma. Na?
Yeah, he can, even if he is there in the Angushta Parimana of your Angushta, he is not staying with your Angushta in every living entity. Then Paramatma size also changes in according to every living entity. Even the elephant is having even bigger size than the Paramatma who is there in our heart. And Paramatma, Angushta Parimanam of whose? Yours, individuals. So your Angushta size is different from my Angushta. Then size is always changing, is variable. Angushta Parimana is a figurative thing. That means it's not that everyone, so the same size is having. No, he is having this. So even in the ant, he is there. Then what is his size then? What is the Angushta Parimanam of the ant? That is a figurative illusion.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, yeah.
Prabhuji, you said there's three different sizes, like Vibhuatma, Anuatma, and Madhyama Parimanam. So
Yes.
Madhyama Parimanam is also to be an attribute for the Lord, or it is for it's also for the Lord, right?
It's for everything. Now you shall take this cell phone, is Madhyama Parimanam. Okay. Everything, whatever you see, all these are all in Madhyama Parimanam.
I understand.
Yeah. And Vibhu is upper extreme, Anu is the lower extreme. And remaining things are Madhyama. Yeah, Lord being Madhyama appears in the form of Madhyama, but also he is simultaneously Vibhu also. It is because of his Achintya Shakti. Yeah. So Purushottam.
Prabhu, regarding this Anu and Vibhu, the Jivatma and Paramatma, related to the context, Aniyor, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan. So whether it's a superlative or in a small term, in any way, Jiva cannot be superior to the Supreme Lord. Even in the small position, only the large will be the smallest.
Yes.
So in any point of time, the Jiva cannot claim that I'm equal or superior to you.
Yes.
And also though the Jivatma appear, it is separated, still it is within the Lord only, right?
Yeah, everywhere is Lord, then it is within, in Lord's premises only.
Yeah, then the definition for God, one without a second, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Everything is, that is the secret actually. That is the Aishwaryam of the Lord. Aishwarya means opulence. This is opulence of the Lord.
Yes, yes. And again, this comparing with this Ishopanishad, Isha Vasam Idam Sarvyam. In that particular words, though it is appears like it's separated, still it is complete because of the Lord's influence and its energy.
Yes, yes.
So because it is separated away, it's not independently acting. Still, it is fully dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord, including the Prakriti.
Yes.
Though the Prakriti comes separately, still Prakriti don't have a full authority to act independently unless the Lord empowers the Prakriti.
This Prakriti is external to his Swarupa. So that's why it is known as Bahiranga. So, and without that's why Riterdam Yat Pratiyeta Na Pratiyeta Chatmani. Tasma Vidyad Mayam Cha Yatha Vaso Yatha Tamaha. Yes, Lord. So Radharani Mataji.
Krishna prophecy in Bhagavad Gita, Kala is mentioned as just a rope of the Lord, but here it is mentioned as the material energy. What is the difference between that?
What is that? Can you come again, Mataji? Can you say back?
Bhagavad Gita, Kala is mentioned as the test form of the Lord.
Kala is mentioned as?
Test, his activity is called as Kala. Test the rope of the Lord.
What is it? Press?
Test the
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji is saying the Kala is the Chesta Rupa.
Acha, chesta, actually, activity. Actually, yeah. Okay, Mata, sorry. Yeah.
But here it is mentioned as Bahiranga Shakti. What is the difference between that
Yeah,
Kala
yeah,
and this Kala?
Yeah, same Mataji. Actually, chesta means like you see, Kala is a chesta rupa. That means activity, the Lord's activity. When Lord open eyes, then Kala starts. And that means sorry. So this Kala is nothing but Lord's activity, Mataji. Yes. Opening eyes. There is nothing. That's a Cheshta Rupa is said. When opened eyes, the Shakti, Kala Shakti entered into the Prakriti, and its function of Kala's function is bringing changes in the gunas. So then these Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, they are disbalanced, and we are seeing the various products from that. So this Shakti, Kala Shakti, is not there in the spiritual world. Based upon that, it is said. Cheshta, of course, it is activity, Lord's activity. It's in the form of Lord's activity, but it is not spiritual. If it is spiritual, then it should be in the spiritual world. Then you should get the influence of the time in the spiritual world also. But we read already in the Brahmaji's, that's Sukadeva Goswami teaches about the Brahmaji's darshan of the Vaikuntha, Nachakala Vikramaha, in the second canto. That means there is no influence of time in the Vaikuntha. So that means there is no time. So that means there is Kala Shakti is not spiritual. On that basis, I said. Okay.
So this Kala Chakra, Kala Shakti, and Sudarshana, both are representative of Kala Chakra is Sudarshan, right?
Kala Chakra is
Kala Chakra.
No, Sudarshan is a spiritual Prabhu. It is it's Lord's weapon, and it is a conscious. So Sudarshan Chakra is conscious. It is having consciousness.
In Sri Vaishnavas, the Sudarshan Chakra only Sudarshana Alvar or Chakra Talvar, who represents the Kala, what do you call, Kala Shakti or Kala Chakra.
But Kala element is not there in the spiritual world, but Sudarshan is there.
Yeah, that's what confusing. What is the difference between Kala Chakra and Sudarshana? How they are interlinked? We have to do some research. Okay, Prabhu. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes, Kiran Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I had 3 questions. 2 are already done on Kala and Angushta Matram. Third one is, Prabhuji, you mentioned that before the Vedas were divided, it was only Yajur Veda, but I've read somewhere in Bhagavatam that it's Atharva Veda. So which one is it?
Yajur Veda. So if you want reference, I can just give that. Which Purana is telling this? Anyone? Srimala, you remember? So Yajur Veda, actually, it is from Yajur Veda. So it's a Puranic statement, Mataji.
Okay. So I'm referring to Srila Prabhupada's purports. Okay, so it's Puranic.
In Mahabharata, it is mentioned Vedavyas divided Yajur Veda into 4 because Yajur Veda is large. People in Kali Yuga may not be grasp it, so he divided that Yajur Veda into 4, isn't it, Prabhu? Prabhu somewhere.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I will end up this session here. So we'll meet back tomorrow. Thank you very much for kind and patient hearing. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Antakoti Vaishnava Bhakta ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare